All right. Okay. Christine, how you doing, Christine? Welcome to the Pig Trail. You wanna just give me a heads up when we're when we're live? That's fine. Just gonna take a sip of my water here. You are already better as a producer than Logan. I'm just gonna say that. You got it. You are killing it. Thank you, Christine. Yeah. Okay. Just tell me when my mic's hot. That's all that I ask. Other than that, like you're great, but just tell me when the mic's hot. Now, if it's already, if you do what Logan did, then I'll have to kick you to the curb. So, it was ugly. It was ugly. Nasty text messaging. I mean, Logan, just such a sore loser. My God. Good grief. I mean, it escalates pretty quickly with that guy. You think I'm bad. I mean, what? No, we're not. We're live. Christine, we're live? What are you doing? We'll talk after the damn show. How are y'all doing? How about that? Everyone say hi to Christine. She's a new producer. She's the new producer. She's already skating on thin ice right out the gate. That's not a good way to start, Christine. It's not. Also, I don't know. How about little sauce to add to my drink? I hope you guys have had a fabulous weekend. Wow. How about today, huh? How about it? Logan is going for Ty's truck. He's gonna burn it up. He's gonna light it on fire. My goodness. How about Discord today for those of you in there? Oh my. I was trying to scroll through all that. So clearly, Felipe Franks, I would argue, okay, he's a hog. For all two of you who didn't read the description or didn't read the headline and you've been off social media all day and you're just coming into this, I know, I get it. Sometimes the notification comes through, you click it, you don't even read. Yeah, Felipe Franks is going to transfer to Arkansas. I like it. Okay? I think King was not coming to Arkansas. Someone in chat said that it was just too good to be true for King. And I'm going to argue that I think King probably was, if you're going to ask, and I think I already have, maybe I've answered it. Yeah, I would have preferred King. I'm going to throw that out there. I would have. I don't know how well he's going to do at Miami. Franks could come here and just be an absolute monster under Bryles. Excuse me. But on the surface, yeah, I would have taken King over Franks. I'm not going to lie about that. Franks is coming off an injury. There is maybe possibly a little bit of baggage, but, that could be just pissed off Florida fans. I don't know. There was some off-the-field questions about him, but I'm not trying to throw the kid under the bus. He's not a kid anymore, but he's still a kid. You can be 28, still be a kid. So that had surfaced. I saw that on social media. So for those of you asking me about his baggage, supposedly. I don't know how much truth there is to it. Take it with a grain of salt. Not even that. We'll see how it works out. I think it's better than what you have to work with, right? Okay. Oh, I didn't do my intro. Christine. She didn't remind me. You ready? Let's do the intro. Introducing your host of the Pig Trail Network Live Show, Ty Hudson. Yo, what is going on, Arkansas Razorback fans, SEC fans everywhere? Welcome to the one and only Pig Trail Network Live Show. I do appreciate you guys stopping by. If you would, now or at the end, doesn't matter. If you would like the video, share the content, check out all the links down below in the description box. I'd really appreciate that. For those of you who have joined the Patreon this week, oh my gosh, I think we added like 3. So I think I'm up to 11 Patreon supporters now. That is out of sight. I did update the names down below, so if you want to check those names out, or maybe I'll read them off here in a minute because I want to congratulate you guys on, joining the PTN Patreon page. I do appreciate it. If you don't want to do that, if you don't want to be a part of a monthly thing, remember, it's $4 a month. If you're interested. If you don't want to do that, you want to throw a little tip in the old tip jar, a PayPal link is provided for you down below. Again, thank you guys so much for making me a part of your evening. This fine Monday evening. I had to panic. Like, I knew my wife would get home. She wasn't late, but a little, I was kind of expecting her to be home a little bit earlier, maybe 20, 30 minutes earlier. And I already know when I get done streaming here, she's going to be like, I told you. I had stuff going on. I had to do stuff. Okay. Work. I'm just kidding. Sarah's, oh God, she's probably in chat. So, yeah, I had to pan. So I'm making chicken cheese quesadillas with some seasoning. Get some seasoning on there with the chicken. So good. We went with the old Chipotle. What was it? Chipotle, something Chipotle. Some sort of mix. The McCormick's, whatever it's called. I'm new to making quesadillas, and I'm new to even season. Like, I'm picking up on the cooking thing, trying to get better at it. So I mixed in the chicken, a little bit of olive oil, some pico de gallo up on that bad boy. Some pico on that. It's so good. Well, I haven't had a bite yet. I made the kids dinner, and I was like, all right, I got to fly in there. I've got to try to get caught up on what notes that I'm not already caught up on. So Ty is way better than LSU Dad. Well, LSU Dad is one of those kind of follows on Twitter. And I'm wearing my beanie, yes, because I did not. It never fails. Some people are going to be like, you're vain. Why are you wearing that? Why are you trying to hide your hair? You not believe the stupid shit people say about my hair. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not dealing with that. I'm just going to put a beanie on. That's why the beanie's on. But yeah, TJ LSU Dad, good dude. Sometimes he just goes on these so-and-so is, well, I'm not going to get into it. He gets very heavily on the political side, which is fine. I follow a lot of political people. Other than sports, politics is like my second favorite thing. And I don't bring that here. I try not to. You might hear me take some shots every once in a while, but they're very subtle. But he just makes it so much about. Look, that guy could grow, and I'm not going to consider. I'm not an expert, right, at social media, but I've been around it for a while, and I've really picked up on a lot of things in the last year and a half on how to grow social media a little bit. My YouTube channel subscriber count is not great because, I'm following a very small, tiny, itty-bitty piece of the pie. Tiny little piece of the pie on YouTube. Razorback audience, right? I mean, we don't make up a lot here on YouTube. A lot of real, like RJ Young, that guy should have 1 million subscribers. Look how it's hard to climb. Trey Biddy should have way more subscribers. It's really hard to climb. So I'm not an expert, but TJ LSU Dad would have a massive following if he, and I'm not saying just stick to sports. I get it. Your Twitter is also kind of your personal thing. But if he's trying to grow, and it seems like he is, maybe push the everybody's a racist because I think you're a racist because you don't agree with me thing to the side. I love him. Maybe even sometimes I might slightly agree with him on politics, but needs to kind of circle the wagon on just concentrating on LSU football. And he loves Hog fans. He does. And I've had some back and forth good chats with him on Twitter. Anyways, all right. Felipe Franks is big time for me. I thought for a little while, wow, they're going to swing and miss on King. I was shocked last week when I had somebody message me, and I think I mentioned it here Friday night, I believe. But I had been told it looks like King is already enrolled. This has already happened. He's going to come on a surprise visit, whatever. And this was Wednesday. And I thought that doesn't make sense. Like I've heard the opposite, that he's not really interested in us at all, that it's down to Miami and another school. So I'm starting to think, and I've had this conversation with this individual since, I think he was given the wrong name on purpose to put out smoke. I really do, because this individual does not give out information unless it is legit. He might even be in chat. I doubt he's going to speak up, but and I wouldn't want him to. Don't want him to blow his cover or anything. But I know he watches my show. He listens to the content. He's not just some. I have a source. He's not one of those. Trust me, he's not. And I think the name was Felipe Franks, not King, and I think he was purposefully given that smoke to conceal Franks's enrollment. So, and it had been, and I was going through Discord. My gosh, y'all! If you're not on our Discord, it's absolutely It's phenomenal. Our Discord, it's hilarious. I know that there's a couple of people in there that kind of rile everybody up. One person in particular. I don't want to keep feeding the troll because sometimes I think he's trolling us, but he provides some pretty damn good entertainment. He gets everybody off going. I mean, if you want to name him in chat, feel free. I'm not going to do it, but he gets everybody. I said that wrong. He gets everybody riled up, and he's not sold on Franks. And to anyone who's a naysayer, I'm going to say, and based on what I read in Discord, there are some valid points. I have also heard of the baggage off the field. Maybe there's something to that, maybe not. I don't think there is. I've also heard he's a great kid. You know what? And I'm more than likely going to give a kid the benefit of the doubt unless there's just overwhelmingly an amount of evidence out there. Maybe he got I don't know. I don't think he got in any trouble. I don't think that was it. I think some people just thought that he could have been a little bit better teammate at Florida. I think that's about as serious as it gets with Franks. Franks' numbers, what was that, 2018? In 2018, this guy goes 188 for 322. Yeah, it's sub 60%, but this is SEC football. He threw for 2,400 yards, 24 touchdowns, 6 picks with an adjusted quarterback rating of 143.3. I mean, that's not half bad. In 2019, he gets hurt, but he was throwing at 76%. Yeah, it was only on 71 attempts, but that's at least on average, and I don't know what Mississippi State did, but that's at least what, 2.5 games. I don't know how many games he actually played. But 54 of 71, 698 yards in 2019, 5 touchdowns, 3 picks. With again, this time obviously with the fewer attempts, his rating was 173.4. I don't know if that's adjusted or not. In 2017, he threw for right around 55%. I like Felipe Franks. In the sense, I don't believe he's getting you to a bowl game year one. I'm not there yet. For me, it's like think of I don't know a painting, right? Think of like I'm looking at Arkansas football. Like as this thing comes together, with every brush, with every stroke of the painting, like it's how do we get there, stack by stack, layer by layer? How do you get to a bowl game this year? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Franks, I think, is a layer to that. I think Franks helps you there. I do think he is a better option than what they have to work with in 2020. Nothing against KJ. I love KJ. I wonder if he's more aligned with the RPO. We've talked about that, the zone read, that kind of offense than he is with the spread ISO, which is what this is. This is spread ISO. It's different than what Chad Morris ran, obviously. So there's a lot of questions there, but he needs a year of development. There's no doubt about that. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Why is that an argument? And again, this individual just thinks that Franks is going to burn the whole thing down and set Pittman up for failure. No. Like, I get that it's easy to look at the Starkle and Hicks effect. I get that. It's still... It's a scar, right? And I don't want to use the term PTSD because that's not appropriate, but you have that in the back of your head that that's what's going to happen. I think that's what's going on here with this individual. This is now Briles. Craddock can't hurt you anymore. Chad Morris can't hurt you anymore. That doesn't necessarily equate to success. That doesn't mean that, hey, it's not him anymore. It's not Chad. It's not Craddock. They're going to be fine. But this is Briles. This is a guy. This isn't Craddock, who was coaching the quarterbacks along with Chad. This isn't somebody who's in over his head at Arkansas with Briles. I have far more faith in Briles' ability to coach up a quarterback, a grad transfer quarterback, than I ever did with Chad Morris or Craddock. Chad Morris is an offensive coordinator. Auburn, we'll see what he does. At Clemson, we cannot deny what he did. There's no denying what he did at Clemson as an offensive coordinator. Okay, he turned them around on offense and started pumping out production on the field. Absolutely. As a coach, I don't know what he did at SMU that when you look back on it, hindsight is 2020. What the hell was Arkansas thinking? Especially with that contract. I think they should have given him something less than what they gave Pittman, if you want my opinion. Obviously, it's easy to say that now. I get it. Yeah, I like Franks. I do. I have to disagree. I think I'm just going to have to do it. I'm just going to have to say his name. I'm sorry. I'm feeding the troll. Ronnie wanted me to burn this thing to the ground. I'm not, because I'm not on the same page with you, Ronnie. I don't know if you're in chat or not. No, I have to disagree. I don't think that it is we'll see it when it happens, absolutely. I don't think that Franks is going to be, again, I don't think he's getting you automatically to 6 wins in 2020, but he is the difference. He is the difference, for my honest opinion, between maybe 2-3 wins to maybe something a little more. We'll have to wait and see. Offensive line does need to be built. We get that. I know. I'm going to get that email. I'm going to get that in the DMs. People watching this video, going back, watching it, going to build it up. No shit. We know that. But you're going to have that same issue with a redshirt freshman quarterback or John Steven. You're going to have that same issue. Okay? Building blocks, all right? Maybe the offensive line. Do you have faith that Pittman, who's known as a guy, I mean, obviously he's a legendary offensive line coach, a legendary recruiter, a legendary evaluator of talent, a guy who can scout and evaluate talent thousands of miles away. I mean, okay, hundreds. If we're going to talk about the recruiting map. How far is Florida? How far is Florida away from here? But, yeah, I feel a lot more confident the offensive line is going to be better under Pittman. It's not going to be a makeshift offensive line in 2020. You're starting to get it together up there. So let me read chat. I know I'm way behind on chat. 5 wins next year, says Chad Mackey. Franks will help, says Mike Ewing. Wow, Matt Cooper, 6-7 wins. Kelly Marie, 4-5. Mike Lane, I love it. Look, I don't know who Ronnie is, if that's even his real name, but if his goal is to be known in Discord, this guy, I think people, when he comes into chat, everyone in chat's like, oh no, brace yourselves. So it's funny because I'm mentioning him, trying to avoid his name, and now we're talking about him in chat. Dude can run this offense like a beast. Where was that comment? He who shall not be named on Discord plays the percentages. How easy is it to be negative with the Hogs right now when that's been the standard for a while? Mike, that's a very good point. At least 2 years of a revolving quarterback problem makes it too easy to say that. Franks will follow that trend without knowing anything until we see him with our new staff. That's very well put, Mike. See, I like leveled expectations and an understanding of what's going on. Just blurting out stupid shit is being stupid. Arkansas's downfall. Like, really? You don't know that, all right? I'm willing to say that history is on his side. History is on, and he's not the only one. There's people all over social media, really. There's nothing unique about what Ronnie is saying, right? It's not groundbreaking. Mr. Hudson Sr. sounds drunk with 7 and 5. Uh-oh. Is my dad in here? Is my dad? I mean, he's not. I'm not saying he's a drunk, but you said senior. I thought you were talking about my dad. Franks has 6 interceptions in his career. Starkle had 5 against San Jose State. 4 and 5 is much more realistic. The schedule is difficult. Dylan, thanks for stopping by, my man. Jacob, oof. Yeah. 7 and 5 if his O-line comes through. There's senior. That's senior Hudson right there. Arky 56. I think the expectations need to be. Look, I'm nowhere near 7 wins right now. You guys, maybe you know something I don't. You've seen something I haven't seen. I'm nowhere near that yet. Okay, that could change. A lot can happen between now and hell, even just signing day. Between now and the end of spring spring camp. Oh, by the way, this Wednesday for everybody in Springdale, Fayetteville, hell, I don't care, Northwest Arkansas. I don't have the information pulled up, but Black Apple. You guys remember them? I had their cider on the show. They never got back with me, but Arkansas Alumni Association is going to host a pregame show. Watch party. Just look it up. Black Apple Crossing on Emma. I forgot the exact address. I don't have it in front of me. Maybe if Porter's in chat, he can hook us up. I don't know if he's in chat or not. But they're going to have a watch party. I will be there. So if you guys want to stop by and say hi, it's going to be fun. I don't know that I'll go live or anything. I don't know. Maybe I will. I know I'll take some pictures. Maybe. Maybe we'll have a good time of it. But again, Black Apple Crossing on Emma, pregame for the Mississippi State game. So if you guys want to be there, I will be there, and it'll be good. It'll be good times. Jay Massey says 4 and 8. KJ was hyped by Morris. Don't buy it. That's what people bought into, though. Well, no. Richard Davenport, Trey Biddy, all the guys on the local shows believed that, and Clay Henry, Dudley Dawson, all believed he has talent. Sometimes that talent doesn't necessarily equate to success at the next level. 5-star corner several years back, Winston. Guy had all the talent in the world. It just did not translate at Arkansas. I don't know that he could have gone somewhere else and had better luck. I don't know. And it has a lot to do with the product, the finished product on the field as well. Mitch Mustaine is a great example of that. Nothing against Mitch. You talk about a guy that has caught so much from Hog fans. Undeservedly. I know that was everyone just irate when he transferred. I think I was among them. I'm sure I was. I was pretty young and immature. Looking back on it, the kid made the best decision for himself. But his 5-star talent never translated to the field. Let's be real. They had a great year that year because he was handing the ball off to the best backfield in America, right? Still the best backfield the SEC has seen, in my opinion. Maybe that's biased. I don't care. It is. It's true. But sometimes the star power doesn't equate, and maybe that is KJ's issue, his what's going on with him. What I have heard, what I have read, people I've talked to, the guy is definitely built for the RPO. You saw him run the ball. He runs like a tank, and he's got a little bit of speed. He's not a Treylon Burks freak of an athlete, but he's a tank. And I'm not saying he's a Cam Newton either, but he is hard. When he wants to power through somebody, he can. And I think he needs a little work in the the throwing mechanics. He needs some work there. There's no doubt. KJ would work in a solid RPO-style offense, which is why I do believe there could be a possibility of seeing – I have to agree I can't believe I'm saying this again, but I have to agree, for all the crap that guy takes in our Discord, he does have some sometimes valid takes. Quarterbacks are trigger happy. And especially today when they're being made eligible right out the gate, all he's got to do is sit a year, be patient. I'm with everybody who says that, but I could see KJ transfer. I could. And that's not fair to put him with these other quarterbacks that have transferred. I don't know. I'm trying to look at it through his eyes. At the end of last year, I mean, he was starting to become, or thought at least in his own head, I'm sure, that he was starting to become the guy. And then again, here you go, two grad transfers last year. This year, you got another grad transfer to deal with. Who says that Arkansas doesn't do that again? His next year. And then you've got this other kid coming in behind him, and Malik Hornsby. That's a part of football. You're going to have that everywhere in college. But, yeah, I think there's a possibility. Look, and no one thought any more of the receivers would transfer, especially when they retained Step. Look who just left. You've had 2 receivers leave in just the last, 3 months, right? Jones and then TQ. So I don't know. Miami got a good get, huh? Mr. Bloodline. Maybe we'll see. I think he's, like I said, I would take him over Feleipe if I had to choose, but it's more to do with his affiliation with Bryles than anything. DMAC is the highest rated recruit we got. That panned out. It absolutely did. Felix, too. Yeah, Peyton. Agreed, Ty. I don't think you can pick a backfield to compare with McFadden, Jones, and Hillis. Ever since, there's not been one. McFadden by himself, I still don't think there's been a running back. There's been some guys really close. Leonard Fournette, I always thought was going to be a beast, and I think he's kind of off and on in the NFL, but he's capable of some big things if he can stay healthy. Obviously, Todd Gurley was a baller, and he went to the NFL. I don't ever judge. I hate it when people do that. Well, look who did this in the NFL. You goofball. We're not talking about what they did in the NFL. We're talking about what they did in college. All right? Look at what Gurley had to work with on offense. How many draft picks did he have around him? How many first, second, third-round draft picks? And then compare that to what DMAC had, okay? He had to carry that team on his shoulders. Yeah, he had Felix. It's nice to have a change of pace back. Just saying. What do you think about the running back we got out of Arizona State? Was it Arizona State or Arizona? Jason, I can't remember. I've heard things. I've heard good things about him. I'm pretty excited about what he can do. So good getting Rakeem back, though. You guys, so good. I think the wide receivers will transition much easier. It's a good point, Dylan. Franks might be the best quarterback in the West. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, that's a bold statement, Jacob. I have no idea. I can't wait to see Boyd behind a decent offensive line. Niall Davis was really good, and Alex Collins. They both were. Collins rushed for 1,000 yards every year he was here. Arkansas, in my mind, is still RBU. I don't know. I'm being too. I need to hide my bias a little bit. Traylon Smith. Okay, was it State? I thought it was Arizona. Oh, my bad. The fact that all three running backs were successfully at such high levels at the same time, just don't think it can be matched. They say he's one of the hardest to get down in camp. A lot of people have bragged. Media people have said that he's, people who've had eyes on him a little bit think that there's absolutely a possibility that he could stand out and get some playing time. I don't know about Chase Hayden, and I've seen that name brought up a lot this year or so far, like Hayden's going to be the guy. There were rumors he was transferring, but like 3 months ago. Right in the middle of the season. I don't know how he feels about Briles. I have no idea how he feels. I think he likes Pittman, because everybody does, right? That's the assumption. If he has a good relationship with this new running back coach and Briles, then maybe I hope he stays. I know that before he got banged up, he looked like a hell of a back. I mean, he really did. Chase Hayden, go back and look at his freshman year. I don't know if War Machine has a video on that or not. We've had some gunslingers. RBU, without a doubt. I think so. Maybe that's a little too biased, but how many? I always look at, too, it's like the Adrian Peterson versus Darren McFadden argument. I don't have all the numbers up in front of me, but the talent these guys are surrounded with. Okay? I'll go back to, and I'm not trying to make Darren McFadden out to be the greatest running back of all time. In Arkansas, he definitely was. No question about it. I'm not even trying to make the case he's the greatest SEC running back of all time. But look at the talent around him before you start comparing these guys. Peterson got banged up, no doubt. Had he not gotten hurt, his third year at OU would have put up monster numbers. But in college, a back-to-back Heisman runner-up, there's no doubt he got cheated at least once. You're going to tell me that he doesn't? How often does he get disrespected when the SEC Network and these guys and these talking heads start talking about SEC running back greats in the last 30 years? Or when they try to go back to like Herschel Walker, Bo Jackson, and they just completely leave D-Mac out of the conversation. He belongs in that conversation. I don't know what to tell you, SEC Network. I think you're wrong when you leave him out. I'm not saying he's above them, but I want to look at talent up front. I want to look at talent around him. I want to look at draft picks on that offensive line. I want to look at what they did, like what they did at the collegiate level. And I want to, All-Americans, All-Conference. Let me see that. Compare that to what Darren McFadden had to work with, and tell me that they didn't have to. They didn't have to rely on Darren McFadden. Was that the case with Herschel? I really don't know. Maybe so. Maybe Georgia wasn't flush with talent. I have a hard time believing that, though. Bo Jackson, you're going to tell me Auburn didn't have great talent then compared to the rest of the league, right? Peterson at Oklahoma. Ingram, all the names, Jacobs, all those Alabama running backs, Fournette at LSU, then compare that to what Darren McFadden had to work with and then try to convince me that he's not a better back than at least those guys in the recent era of college football. I could go on and on. I could, and I'm not going to do that. We're going to, again, back to Franks. Really think that's a good move. I couldn't disagree more with the one person, Ronnie. Oh, yeah, links. I know I better toss out links. Create invite. Also, you know what? You guys can do this now. Anybody in Discord can share, or anyone in our Discord could share. Anybody can share now. I changed that. I don't know how long we'll keep that. We may switch it up to, maybe only mods, because sometimes you get, you get some questionable additions. Let me just blah, blah, blah. Here, I'll start the trend. There you go. Bada bing, bada boom. Jonathan Williams was a hell of a running back. Jonathan Williams, Chris Chikuma, right? I mean, talking like post-99. AP also had a much better O-line. All five went pro. And if I remember right, he had one first-round pick on the offensive line, and I think the next year they had another one. Raleigh Williams, that was a good one until he got banged up. Until he had that issue with his neck, right? Here's my 7 win. Oh, what? 7 wins. Matt Cooper, everybody. 7 wins. Here he goes. Nevada, Mississippi State. Charleston, Tennessee, Ole Miss, Louisiana Monroe, Mizzou. Tennessee, I have a hard time seeing that. Mississippi State, especially with Leach, I have a hard time seeing that. Nevada, you should, but we've been here before. Yeah, you can't share the Discord link in YouTube chat. Oh, okay. Well, I'll probably have to go back and adjust that. My bad, Kelly Marie. My bad. Well, there you go. There's Discord. Can I pin that? Will that let me pin it? Nope. I can only remove it. Dadgum you. All right. Also, recruiting news. Certain Razorback got recruited and offered by Georgia. I don't know if you guys heard about this or not. Curry Johnson got a Georgia offer. Got some interest from some other schools, I've been told. He is sticking with Arkansas. So that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one right there. Let's see. Hang on. Badoop, 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 badoop. Trying to pull up all my... Yeah, Curry Johnson, 6 foot, tall, 5'11", 185-pound corner. Top 200 in his position. I know that doesn't, what does that mean really? But he committed to Arkansas on January 18th. Supposedly got an offer today by Georgia. Yep, I see it now. He sure did. He got an offer by Georgia. He has another offer by Arkansas State. There are some other schools supposedly somewhat interested. I don't know who they are. That's just what I've been told. We'll see what happens. He's not signed yet. He's expected to sign on February 5th, like you're supposed to. But he has 4 crystal ball predictions. All of them have Arkansas. He's catching a lot of attention. He's out of Boston, Massachusetts. Hey, I bet he's a fellow Celtics fan. Yeah, so that's a good one. 5-star offensive tackle. You guys know who I'm talking about. Broderick Jones. Currently committed to Georgia, got bumped up on Rivals. He is now the number 1 player on the offensive line on Rivals. I think it was top 5. So he got bumped up. I don't know where he was at before, to be honest, on Rivals, because I just don't. I've really been a 24/7 sports guy for the last 2-3 years. Nothing against Nikki at all. I love the amount of information offered. No, I'm not sponsored by Trey Biddy or 24/7 Sports. Or anyone over there at Hog Sports, not affiliated at all. Good guy. I like Trey. I like their site. The amount of free information over there. You don't even have to have a subscription to look some of this stuff up. But yeah, this kid Jones compared to Laramie Tunsil and their projection. I don't know about this, but their projection on him is a first-round draft pick. That's a hell of a comparison or projection. They do these skill ratings too, right? 10 being the highest. They have his body quickness at 10, feet 9, athleticism 9, frame 9, strength 8, all this stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, yeah, that's a must get. Ty, of everyone, let's see. Ty, I think you meant if everyone thought Chad was going to win, and I didn't. I can feel the culture changing in a strong way with Pittman and his staff. Is shaping up to be awesome. Now Davis was awesome. I agree. What up, Ty? What's up, Frederick Clemens? How you doing, my man? Been a minute. Sure has. Since I've been on here. I heard the news of Franks heading to the Hill. It's a great move. I couldn't agree more. I like it. I like it a lot. I think this team can finish 4-8 this coming year. Maybe 5-7, as Jacob said. First 2 games will show us a radically different team, hopefully. We need another Zach Hawker. Or Connor Nolan, sorry, Limpert. Trey is cool, but still find myself here. Well, thank you, Dr. Pep. Thank you. I appreciate that. You guys are awesome. I'm going to be real. I used to take in a lot more Razorback media, especially before I became a dad. I've been a dad now going on 8 years in June. When our firstborn came along. On June 18th, I used to take in a lot of Razorback content, and you just don't have the time. And especially since then, I've got this show and the podcast. You get what you can. You talk to people you trust. It helps that we've got Discord, which is killing it with the information. I'm going to advise to you guys, by the way, if you go to our Discord, just remember Trey Biddy, Danny West, Pete over there. He covers mostly baseball, but some other stuff. Nikki Chavanel, the other guy is Andrew Hutchinson. I always mess. Is he with? He's with 20 or he's with Hogbeat, right? Remember, they work hard for that content. Okay, they work hard to get that stuff. So think twice before you post that stuff. I'm not going to ban anybody for that. I'm not going to get you in trouble for that. I'm just telling you pay for that content, all right? It's okay to like, oh, hey, here's maybe a little bit of information or something, right? But I wouldn't give everything. I wouldn't even do that. You pay for that. That's all I'm saying. I can only offer you what little bit I'm able to read, and I think I'm definitely here. I'm just a commentary guy. I'm a commentator. Right? Like, yeah, I have some people that I can rely on for information, but not like those guys. They get it directly from the source. So, and I advise to check them out. Now, if you want to justify paying $10, my only thing has always been Twitter is a damn good place to get information, but Twitter is also full of crap, but so are boards, right? Sometimes boards, the only people you could trust are the people that run those sites anyways. So just be careful with how you share that content, okay? I want you to know that you're paying for that content, and those guys work hard for that stuff. So just keep that in mind before you share anything. I appreciate you guys being informative. We've had some great information shared that was not screen capped or anything like that, and I do appreciate that. But then again, and someone had actually asked me, you need to start, or they actually said you need to boot people who do that. I'm like, but I don't know if they're not screen capping it and they're just telling me how the hell, like, how do I know where they got I'm not going to do that to everyone. That's stupid. You might as well go through Otis Kirk's site and just start booting people who share information there. That's dumb. I'm not going to do that. I don't have that kind of time. Hell, my mods don't have that kind of time. We're not doing that. That's ridiculous. My problem with traditional media is I've been talking about, I've been biased tonight, Dylan, not going to lie. But they're biased. It's hard to separate the wheat from the chaff. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. There were runs that DMAC had that would send chills up your spine. Nobody has his burst. Those are the good days. I wasn't trying to be mean. I'm here like Ty, golly, and then chat just blows up. Hang on. I could just do without the lip smacking and burping. Did I burp? Don? Hang on. Let me get a good one here. Hang on. Did Feleipe lose his spot because of an ankle injury? Yes. Why did he transfer to Arkansas? He got beat out. Trask beat him out. And, I say that while he was hurt. That's what happened. The Notre Dame game is a 50-50 for me. Yeah, that's a tough one. I just started Twitter, still trying to figure it out. It's fun. You just got to realize, don't take everything serious there. Hawker is Arkansas's all-time leading scorer. Hawker was great. He was. But Connor, good Lord, that kid was automatic. So was Hawker. And Hawker actually had a shot in the NFL. I want to kick my own ass for saying the word tweet. Oh, man. It's difficult to have to go through. Yeah, I like what Lance says. Raleigh Williams would have been the next DMAC, quote me. Well, okay, I don't know about that. I'm not going to say he's going to be the next DMAC, Lance. That's a hell of a statement. But I do agree he would have been great had he not been hurt. Trying to scroll through chat. There's the Discord link, finally. Kelly will let me know about it if I don't get it out there. Let's see. Kellen Gillespie says, Boyd, Traylon Smith, Franks, Knox, Burks, and Hudson Henry on the offensive side of the ball will definitely be a great start to a rebuild. I couldn't agree more. I don't see us going to – let's see. I don't see us – I don't see us going from 2 seasons of winless in conference to 4 wins. Well, Bill, the good thing about college football is anything can happen year to year. Yep, can't share the Discord link. I'm sorry about that. I thought you could. I'll have to adjust the set. The thing is, the only way I can do that is then I have to allow all links in chat. I know that much, and I can't do that because then people will just come in here and, we'll get bots in here and it just gets ridiculous. So I don't know. Chad's gone, Ty. He can't hurt you anymore. Anthony, I said that first. Yep, Georgia knows that SP understands raw talent. Yeah, and I said this when he was here. There's probably not a better evaluator of talent. Mike Ewing says, Ty of everyone. Oh, okay, I already read that chat. My bad, or that message. Okay, we'll scroll back down. It's crazy when you go up, then you get lost when you try to scroll back down. Nope, Don isn't Ronnie. Wouldn't say he wasn't trying to be rude. Oh, okay. I don't know. If I get a good belch coming up, though, I'll let you know, Don. Will Arkansas be good with him or no? With who? Are you talking about Franks, Jace? They'll be better than what they had. I don't know. KJ needs a lot of developing. KJ needs a lot of work in the arm department. I think he can deliver a clean ball. Watched him take snaps. Seen him throw the ball around a little bit. His film is pretty impressive. I think he's still raw in that area, but he can throw a clean ball. And one thing that stood out to me, and even his highlight films when I was watching KJ, was his timing with his receivers, and he held on to the ball in the pocket too long. I think he has pretty good pocket awareness, and that's something that you could pick. You definitely can pick up when watching film on quarterbacks, even in high school with their highlight reels. You can kind of pick up, like, where's his pocket awareness? Okay, pocket's collapsing. What are you going to do, guy? I mean, he had pretty good awareness, but then again, you can't get an overall scale because then what about the times he made bad decisions? You don't get those in highlight film. So keep that in mind for those of you who like watching film like I do. But KJ holds onto the ball a little bit. Again, arm mechanics look raw. I'm not detailed enough to know a whole lot about his footwork. I can only tell you what I've been told is that he needs work on his footwork. But can extend plays, can get out of the pocket and be dangerous, can absolutely run people over, can run through them. He's not a sidestepper, right? He's not a one-cut guy, but he's a guy that can turn on the heat and get upfield pretty quick. When the play starts to break down and he scrambles out of the pocket, he can make things happen. I don't know. I think John Stephen kind of has some of the same elements to his game, but I think in his passing game, he still needs a lot of work to do. He's got a lot of work to do, and it's, I don't know. Chad had 2 years to work on him, and I saw a little bit of a leap from his freshman year. Remember, he played, was that North Texas year one that he got to play, but he still didn't burn his red shirt. I think it was North Texas, but we got to see him hit the field a little bit. You could see a little bit of a jump, a little bit. Some of that's just natural progression. But I like what KJ offers, especially to the RPO. I think Malik Hornsby's a little bit ahead of him in terms of where they were at, when he was a senior in high school compared to KJ, or when KJ was a senior in high school. Hornsby, I think, has a little bit, his throwing mechanics, they're going to need work. I'm going to tell you guys, don't start complaining when he hits the field and he starts missing passes and his timing's off. Maybe he holds on to the ball. That's stuff that's going to happen. But I think he might be a little bit ahead of where KJ was. You think about the level of talent that Hornsby played against too, and Malik put up some just really good numbers. So we'll see what happens. Now that you got Feleipe, that's the other thing. Does that affect – and I got that message on Facebook right before I click live. What happens to Hornsby now? I don't think this affects Hornsby. If it does, what is he doing? You're going to probably deal with this everywhere you go. There's going to be a senior quarterback, or there's going to be heavy competition at the position. I don't think it has a large impact. I still don't know if Malik signs with Arkansas. I like his odds, though. I still favor him going to Arkansas. Hope we get Hornsby. I hope so, too. You need your future, and you need your, it's good for the future with Malik, and then you have your now with Feleipe. I'm going to help Ty out a bit. Quarterback is not an easy button. No quarterback is good without an O-line. Yeah, Lance, I think you're late to the show, my man. I brought that up earlier. KJ will beat out Franks. Ooh, Michael. Maybe that. Michael, no, we can't do that. We can't do that with everyone that agrees with Ronnie. We can't do that because then we're going to get a bunch of suspects. And I'll tell you, Michael Wilmoth comes through all my chat or all my videos, and he comments quite a bit. I don't think that's Ronnie. He doesn't come off like an ass like Ronnie does. Ronnie is just, he knows more than you. That's just all there is to it. As an O-line, what the hell do we know about throwing the ball? Chad cursed them. Hicks, KJ Starkle, Jones gave a spark, then went to crap. Did I miss anyone? Yeah, I don't know. Anyone know Hornsby's 40? I keep seeing people say that he's an elite speed, but I saw a thing I saw said 4.7, 4.40. Now, there's something important to realize. When you see a quarterback, now, it's different with Matt Jones, right? Matt Jones, for any of you who are old enough to remember in chat, watching Matt Jones, it's hard to believe like that. How long has that been now? We're coming up on 20 years since Matt Jones. It's creeping up on us, but I think I was in high school. Yeah, Matt was only like a year or two ahead of me, but Matt Jones did not look like he ran a 4.38 40. He didn't look like it. I remember the rumors were, yeah, he might run a 4.5, but he just looks, he looks slower than what he really is. He goes to the NFL Combine. What was he, 6'5", 6'6", 235, drops a 4.38 laser 40. He is still, and I love D-Mac and Felix and Peyton. I got to see Cedric Cobbs in person. Madre Hill when I was younger. I think still holds the single game touchdown record with 5 against South Carolina, if my memory serves me correctly. Look at me, I sound like Jacob from our live show. I think it's right. I think it was 5 against South Carolina. I don't think D-Mac ever broke that. Maybe I'm wrong. But anyways, Matt Jones to me is still the biggest freak athlete I ever got to watch in person. Greg Childs is on that list until he got hurt against Vanderbilt. 6'3.5", 6'4". I don't remember his weight. I think he was pretty bulky, and that guy ran clean routes, caught everything thrown to him. There was like a solid couple of months where they were hyping him out to be a possible second, low second round draft pick. Like he was getting hyped up. Then he got banged up against, I think it was Vanderbilt. He was never the same. But there's only a couple of players I've ever seen that were freak athletes like Matt Jones. I've never seen anything like that since, to this day. In person, you look at, even on TV, you're like, God, he's slow. How's he outrunning everybody? He doesn't look that fast. And you forget, oh my God, he's 6'6". He's got leg, he's like from probably foot to hip. He's probably like, that's all this 6'5" right there. The rest of him is torso and head. I mean, he had long legs. You just didn't know it. You'd see a corner or a safety take the right angle at him, and you're like, oh, he's done. He's going to get nope, flies by him, even with the right angle. It's incredible. The biggest freak athlete I ever saw in my life. Darren McFadden was incredible. He was incredible. I mean, no doubt about that. Greatest player in Arkansas history. I know some people think that might be debatable with some guy back in the 1910s, but I'm kidding. But Darren McFadden was great, no doubt. But Matt Jones was a freak athlete. Ronnie already admitted in Discord, Ozzy mouthing already, Discord, that he has little man syndrome. Oh my God, we pick on this guy and he just sticks around. Oh, it's terrible. If you can get Franks, If you can get Franks, you take Franks. I agree. It doesn't matter who you're recruiting. Franks instantly makes you better. KJ is great but raw. Couldn't agree. Aaron put it very well. Very well. Matt Jones looked like a tall, cool, laid-back Shaggy of a Scooby-Doo. Didn't he, though, Frederick? I remember, too, Arkansas would be trailing. It'd be a tight game, and then the camera zooms on Matt Jones, and he's just sitting back on the bench like, yeah, whatever, get me a pack of smokes. Yeah, I'll take a thing of chaw now. I don't know if he dipped or not. I don't know about that, but I'm sure he was like, hey, someone get me a 40. I'll go out there and handle business. I've never seen anybody like that to this day. Never seen it in my life. There really should be a 30 for 30 on that guy, along with what Arkansas basketball did to North Carolina and Pine Bluff. But, you talk about a guy, man, he could have been special. First-round draft pick to the Jaguars, could have been special. Matt Jones was dubbed the freak of the combine. No one had the size and speed he had. Nobody. I'm telling you guys, for those of you who just kind of think he was an option run quarterback only, and that's why he was, go back and watch his combine and watch his videos. Not a great passer, terrible passer. Had the mechanics, worse mechanics somehow than Tim Tebow. Runner, no doubt, no question. I miss them Razorback winning record days. Will you be covering baseball, Ty? we should be pretty good this year. Yeah, I will. The closer we get to the season, we're coming up on it actually. It's coming up. Baseball season's not that far away. The problem with baseball, the way it'll be covered, more than likely it'll be in the show, but it's hard. I'm not going to lie to you. I want to talk Hogs. I want to talk baseball, and I love Razorback baseball, and I love baseball, as you could tell. Back there, big Cardinal guy, typical, right? Arkansas, Cardinal, whatever. But the problem is I've had shows where I put out videos, Arkansas in the World Series, and those videos get like 150 views. It's weird. That's our best sport, and yet the majority of people – it's not to say that Hog fans don't give a shit about baseball. It's just – people that are looking for content on YouTube or on social media don't care about baseball. I mean, I'm just going to be real. It's just that's just the way it is. I will cover them. It just probably won't make up the bulk of the shows. Like, I mean, my God, how long have we been live? Wow, we've spent almost an hour talking about two things: a 5-star recruit, Felipe Franks, and then going on trips into the past. Shook Mac Jones's hand when I was a kid. Huge hands. Yeah, man. 6'5", 6'6". I mean, Matt Jones' agility, time at the combine matched up with the defensive backs in the draft. You remember? Go back and watch him. Deion Sanders was playing safety. Was it for the Ravens? Now, Deion was old. You know, of course, you're going to burn. That's not saying much, but it was pretty cool to watch him compete with Deion for a deep ball. I think it was a deep ball on Deion. I can't remember exactly, but I kept up with him at Jacksonville because I was always so curious what he could do. The guy had a vertical leap on him. The Jags took a risk. You do with any player, but especially with Matt Jones, not ever playing the position and getting drafted. I say ever in college. Not playing the wideout position and then drafting him in the first round. And he probably is one of the biggest freaks in the NFL Combine. Absolutely incredible. We don't match up well versus Mississippi State. God, we did forget about Mississippi State. Okay, I'm taking the hint. You want me to talk Arkansas basketball. Mississippi State has size. They have arguably one of the top players in the SEC. I will give a prediction on Friday where the game's Wednesday. What am I doing? I'm sitting here thinking about Saturday. I'm skipping ahead. I guess I should do it now. I don't think Arkansas wins this. I just don't. It's a matchup nightmare. They're good. I mean, I've said this all year. They're a matchup nightmare for the Hogs. If the Hogs had some size, Musselman said that in his talking to the media, I think that was today, talking about their size is a problem and how look, this has been it's been everybody's biggest problem, size. Musselman doesn't think that depth is something that hurts him. He feels like they condition really well. I haven't seen them wear down. I'm starting to believe that depth really isn't that big of a problem for Musselman, because have we seen them completely give up in the final minutes of a game? No, we haven't. That tells me conditioning's pretty good, especially when your leading three guys are probably averaging, 35 minutes a game on the floor. I'm not seeing conditioning as an issue. I'm not seeing depth as a huge issue, but it comes back down to size for Arkansas. I know. Even if I were in the audience right now, I'd be like, yeah, no, I know, Ty, but I got to talk about it. It's a problem. I don't like Arkansas's odds. Mississippi State. I'm not saying that because ESPN is saying that. ESPN has Mississippi State favored. What was it? 60, 65, almost 67% favored. You know, Perry, who's averaging a double-double, he's averaging close to 17 points a game. 10 rebounds. They've got some issues. They got Carter playing well. It's going to be problematic. Mississippi State is not a team. Look, they're not doing great. They're 2-3, 11-6, but it's at home and it's going to be tough. It's just going to be tough. Yeah, the only thing that they do okay, they're another okay defensive team, right? They only give up about 64 points a game. But they're not a great scoring team. So maybe it goes into Arkansas's favor from the aspect that Mississippi State, if Perry doesn't get going, then who knows, anything's possible. These guys were riding a 3-game losing streak. They they started the year off losing to Louisiana Tech. No, I'm sorry. I'm going further back. Villanova. And that was a close game. Villanova, who at the time was top 20 in the country. Gave them a game. Then they lost to Louisiana Tech 74-67. They lost to New Mexico State. They did beat Kansas State 67-61. But then they lost to Auburn. They lost on the road to Alabama. They lost on the road to LSU. They beat Mizzou and Georgia. They handed Georgia. I mean, it was 91-59. That's Georgia is just such a weird team, but so is Mississippi State. We're in that part of the year where you're starting to see the conference take shape a little bit. Arkansas can't afford a back-to-back loss because you know how much Hog fans, including myself, wanted Arkansas to be ranked. It's not even about that. Now you start to lose your momentum. You start to fall in the brackets, and then all of a sudden you're looking at the rest of your schedule, and you're like, wait, if we've struggled against teams with – think about this. Okay, LSU, size and athleticism, loss. Western Kentucky, size and athleticism, loss. Mississippi or Kentucky, same thing. Like, it just goes down. This is what we were talking about pre-conference and pre-season. Once you start getting into teams with depth, a little bit better skill and size, what's the outlook like? And if they lose this, you start to wonder about their confidence a little bit. I don't think their confidence will be shook. We haven't seen that happen yet this year. But this will be a tough one. In my opinion, this becomes a pretty big – this point in the season, it's a must-win. All games are. I get that. But I don't know. I don't like Arkansas in this one. I just don't. This has the feel – it does have the feel a little bit of like Georgia Tech. And they won that game, right? I mean, they won. But maybe because of Perry, that's the difference maker. I could be wrong. I know I haven't read chat. I'm about to flip over here in a minute. I'm sure some of you disagree. But I just think that this is going to be too tall of an order for Arkansas. I think they fall to 14-4, putting them at another loss in conference play, putting them at 3-3. At least you're still at 500. But after that, You've got TCU, which I think they can win, but then you've got to host South Carolina, who did beat Kentucky, who does have some talent, who does have a little bit of size. Then you're on the road against Alabama, and then you're at home on the 4th, or on the 4th, against Auburn. That's going to be a big one, although we're starting to see them. And like I said, been saying it all year, people are hyping them up. People are making way too much out of their win streak. They're starting to get exposed, and you wonder, is that Arkansas's case? It feels like it, but I still think that I'm still on board with them making the tournament. I do. I think they get there. But I don't like their odds against Mississippi State. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Dick was really good just because I'm saying Dick was really – oh. That's why it got pushed into held for review. Oh, you guys are – I thought you were talking about Dick Vitale. Yep, we lose that one. Arkansas will sign for the 24th. You think we're good this year? Just wait until next year. Coach Musselman, SEC Coach of the Year. We'll see. Verdict is still out. I think there's a possibility. You still got to look at what's going on at Auburn. But if Arkansas somehow surpasses them, could happen. Kentucky literally fouled us hard every time we drove the basket. Could have had more fouls on them. Oh, God, if they lose, the idiots will be saying fire must, shaking my head. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Ryan Tannehill reminds me of Matt Jones. If Matt Jones would have got the opportunity to play quarterback at Jacksonville, Tannehill didn't have the wheels. I don't remember what was he. I know he played receiver at A&M, but I still think Matt was more of an athlete than Tannehill was. Kentucky literally fouled. Oh, I already read that. Don't do that, Ty. All right, I think that's it. Again, I love Felipe Franks coming to Arkansas. I'm not saying he's going to be elite, not saying he's going to be great, not saying he's going to be really good. I just think the situation is perfect for Felipe Franks. The situation is perfect for him to come in and help these guys out, help the youngins out. They need to be patient, including KJ, Malik, assuming that Malik Hornsby signs. Yeah, I didn't have a burp for our boy. It's too bad. Wouldn't it be interesting if Kentucky loses to Georgia? Well, now all these teams you're losing to, you need them to win. You need them to start winning. Size does matter, my ex. Oh, you guys are killing me. Oh, man. Yeah, don't forget this Wednesday, Black Apple. I think that, look, it's going to be fun. It's going to be an interesting environment. But as for the game, it's going to be a tough one. It is. It's going to be tough. Is Ronnie the guy that always gives you a thumbs down? It might be him. I don't know. Good show, Ty. Thanks, Lance. I appreciate it. Yeah, Wednesday, Black Apple. All right? It's going to be fun. I'll be there. I don't know, maybe twiddling my thumbs. I'll be, I get a little violent during games, not going to lie. Thanks, Ty. Go Felipe. Hey, thanks, Troubadour. Is it Troubadour or Troubadour? I don't know. It's D1 basketball. Doesn't size and athleticism account for every loss? Chris, it does. But maybe you've not been on Twitter. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you need to go back and look at Twitter. Because a lot of people have been telling me different, that it doesn't matter, that Arkansas has been able to, or that Musselman's been able to work around it. He has, but now you're having to deal with teams that have actual talent outside their size and a little bit more depth than Arkansas has. Can rotate guys in and out. Don't have to really be too concerned about foul trouble. But great defense comes great possibilities. That's my belief. I still think until they prove me otherwise, I still think that they make the tournament. Maybe I'm wrong. All right, thank you guys again. Remember, like the video, share the content. Yeah, there's a copy. Someone pointed out last time there's a copy button. You don't have to copy and paste copy and save the URL up above. There is literally a little arrow pointing to the side. You can copy and paste, put elsewhere on social media if you like. Don't forget to check out the links to all the Patreon supporters. I'm going to do that really quick. I got to give you guys a shout out. Pull up my list here really fast, and that'll be the last thing that we do. I do appreciate every single one of you who have donated and, again, who have joined the Patreon. Kelly Merritt, you know who you are. Kells. There's only one Kelly. Alex Strecker joined. Robert Brooks joined. Those are our three newest. That puts us at a grand total of 11. Again, all those names are posted down below. I appreciate every single one of you guys. And those of you who come through every show, you know who you are. I appreciate the heck out of you. For those of you who are new, don't forget to tap the subscribe button. I'll maybe see you on Wednesday at the Black Apple. If you guys want to come join, I'll be there. Arkansas Alumni Association will be there. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So look forward to that. I'll see you guys then. Woo, pig, suey. And if you're not there, I'll see you obviously on Friday. It's gonna be good stuff. Good week. You guys have a good Tuesday through Thursday, and I'll see you on Friday night. Woo, pig. Or Wednesday night. All right, wrap it up. Wrap it up. Hit the stop streaming.